beats.
Now, before we get into it, just a heads up, I am not a mental health professional. What I share here is based on personal experiences and opinions. If you are dealing with a serious mental health crisis, you need to speak to someone immediately. Reach out to a professional. They know exactly what to do to help you. The information and advice that I give are for general insights, not a substitute for personal help. Please understand that your choices are your own. Now, let's do this journey together and remember, it's all about personal growth. Now let's get into today's episode. I got to excuse my voice. Ooh. I've been doing a lot of talking lately, and so my voice is getting a little bit tired, but we are going to push through anyway, right? Welcome to Becoming a Butterfly podcast, the place where it's never too late to become your better self. I'm your host, Christina Butterfly, also known as Chrissy the Artist, and I'm so excited to be here. We are episode number 9, y'all. Yes. We are moving this thing along, showing up, being consistent. You hear me? All right. So today we are talking about mindfulness practice for inner peace. Yes, mindfulness. Get it up on the screen here. Mindfulness practice for inner peace. And oh my God, how this is so very important. Very important. These practices, first of all, staying in mindfulness is in peace by itself. You know, one of my favorite prayers is the serenity prayer, because the truth is that a lot of times we find ourselves trying to hold on or fix something that is completely out of your hands. One of the things that pushed me to start doing my podcast and even going live every Tuesday was a situation that had happened where I say every week, your girl gets housing, gets assistance for housing. I'm on Social Security, and the housing program that I'm in is a little bit like Section 8, but I say it's like Section 8 for Mercer County, and that's how I felt for a long time, because I can move anywhere in Mercer County with my housing voucher. What I did not know is that when my sons turned 18, that they will be responsible for their half for the rent, which is ironically higher than what I'm obligated to pay for rent. And if they didn't, either they paid rent or they went to school full time. Right. And when you think about anybody who has children, especially, you know, older children, adult children, when you think about your sons turning 18, especially if they weren't like teen parents or something, like for you to go from a kid to immediately paying $500 a month in rent in a house that you lived in your whole life with no warning, it was like, and the option is going to school, and that's wonderful. But if you really look deep into it, you're forcing me to have for my kids to have a what you call that from schools, tuition. You have to pay the school back, school loans. You're really setting your kids up to have to deal with school loans. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, why would you force that on a kid? You feel what I'm saying? I can understand 25, but at 18 years old, I go from 17 to 18. You feel what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden now I got to pay $500 in rent, more than even my mother pay. You are creating an atmosphere for where your kids can run over you in your house. You understand what I'm saying? It was just, it was so much going on, right? But I had to stand on reality, okay? I had to ground myself. I had to really think about what is my next move going to be. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is the key. If you have a parent that is low income or on Social Security, you actually get a lot more benefits, a lot more grant money, a lot more help for college, right? And so that is the benefit of my sons having a mother that's on disability, is the fact that they get a lot of help. But every mom that's in my situation, you feel what I'm saying? And my caseworker was telling me about a woman who she just got a job. He wasn't on, like, everybody's not on Social Security who's in this program. You feel what I'm saying? You just deal with mental disorders. Like, that's what, I don't know if I said it, but this housing program is for people who deal with mental disorders, okay? And not everyone is on Social Security, but you might be in, therapy, or you might be on medication. You feel what I'm saying? And you have years of history of this, and you become eligible for this housing program. But oh my goodness, it's the fact that this program is for people who deal with mental health. And then you narrow this thing down even further by putting you in a manic state or a stressful state by automatically having your kids be responsible. So for me, when situations like this happens, normally I go into a place of fear. I go to a place of, I'm about to lose it all again. And because I have been evicted out of my place, when I lived in the projects many years ago, that trauma never leaves your body. You understand what I'm saying? Trauma can become your body, part of your body, like a DNA. That's why grounding exercises is so important, because you can get trapped in the back of your mind of something that happened years ago, because it's related to something that's happening now. And now you done escalated this situation to a whole nother level. So for me, when I feel that immediately, the first thing I do is say the serenity prayer. And then after the serenity prayer, I go into a meditation. It's so important. So let's go to step 1. Grounding in the present moment. Being present, understanding. I believe I talked about either last week or a couple of weeks ago about grounding techniques is really truly meant to bring you back to the very present, the very moment, and to realize that whatever is going on are you like in a situation where you are going to be harmed, you're going to be removed off this earth. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times, because of the way our makeup is, trauma is felt exact same way as stressful situation or you feeling like your life is in danger. Your body will act to it the exact same way. So what you have to do is literally understand where you are. If you are sitting in your room, if you are sitting in your office, if you are, walking down the street, if you're standing in the kitchen, if you feel as though, because I have social anxiety, okay, which is really ironic, but if I'm in a room full of people and I'm not isolated off somewhere, I'm claustrophobic, I'm starting to sweat, about to have a whole panic attack. Grounding exercises is what saves me, because it's like, am I in immediate danger? No, I am not. Am I safe and secure within myself? Am I surrounded by people who love me and will never let any harm come to me? Guided breathing exercises. Oh my goodness. Guys, do you know we don't breathe right? We do not breathe right. These short, shallow breaths that we take in is not how we're supposed to breathe. Our brain is not getting full oxygen. It is. It's one of the reasons why they said we don't use the whole 100% of our brain at all. I don't believe that at all. I believe that we might be some people can reach the more deeper parts into their brains than others. But to just say that we only use this percentage of our brains, our whole, however long we're on this earth, I don't know. But the truth that these breathing exercises will bring more oxygen to the brain, which allows you to think more clearly, rationalize the situation as opposed to go to straight to 10. And listen, this part right here is something that I still have to work on. I told y'all last week, my kids can trigger me. It can trigger me quickly that I just go straight from 0 to 100 without a stop sign, without even thinking like, yo, who is you? You know what I mean? And I want to get to the point where as though that I can go step to the side, take some deep breaths, count down a little bit, ground myself, and then address the situation. And, recently I tried to do that. It still ended up to World War III. So it's definitely a working process. But grounding, breathing, one of my favorite meditations is deep breathing meditations. Because it just wipes away all the stress and the worry in your head and just make you center yourself, So, understanding the importance of grounding in the present moment. Okay? Be mindful of your breathing. It's so unbelievably important because it'll take you out of panic mode, danger mode, and you'll go into your rational mode, wise mind, and making thoughtful decisions instead of decisions based off fear. All right. So let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is observing thoughts and emotions. Okay. A lot of times, especially us as women, we will be angry about something, right? And you didn't deal with it. And then something else happens, and then something else happens, and then something else happens, and now every little thing is pissing you off. And now every time you turn around, you snapping and you spazzing about something. On the other end, and listen, I can speak for myself. You got the person on the other end feeling constantly attacked and don't even understand or know why. Most of the time, I say for me. Humorously, that men are dumb as bricks. And of course, we know that ain't true. But when it comes to understanding the level of emotion with women, they are. You feel what I'm saying? And so, I know, including myself, having to learn to deal with a situation when it happens, so it's not something piled up and you're ready to attack people. You feel with these thoughts, you feel with these emotions, and now it's like you yelling about this, but that's not what you're really pissed about. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you're yelling and screaming about, but the truth is that you're mad about this thing over here. Okay? Observing your thoughts and emotions, acknowledging thoughts without judgment, acknowledging what it is that you're feeling, being honest about what you're feeling. You understand what I'm saying? Like truly recognizing and saying, okay, yeah, this is irritating and pissing me off, but the real problem is this over here. Like the truth of the matter is that this is what's going on with me. And because this is how I'm feeling, these thoughts is connected to this emotion, I'm acting out. All right. Exercising mindfulness and observing your thoughts. That's why meditation is so important. The more you practice more meditation, the more you can put those feelings into words, because you'll clear out your head to forcefully understand it. You know what I mean? I enjoy a particular type of meditation called thoughtful meditation. And it's basically when a thought comes to your head, you analyze it for a few seconds and then you let it flow. You analyze it for a few seconds and then you let it flow. Once you do that, you kind of be able to break down these thoughts that you get into your head. You understand these feelings in your head. Well, why did that make me feel such a type of way? What was I feeling in that present moment that allowed me to come to that conclusion or come to that emotional? Because at the end of the day, when you are going through these emotional roller coasters, honey, It's draining on the person that's doing the yelling and screaming and all upset as it is on the person that hears it. You know, I tell people all the time, I didn't ask to be a yeller. You feel what I'm saying? You piss me off, I'm yelling at you. You know what I mean? My youngest son hates it. He can't stand it. One of the reasons why we get into it so bad. But you feed into yelling by being disrespectful because you think she ain't gonna be yelling at me. This type of stuff will make a mama a choker kid. You feel me? But at the end of the day, when I really look at myself and look in the mirror, do I really want to be a yeller? No, I don't. Voice all hoarse, barely talk. No, I don't want to. You feel what I'm saying? I would love if I can get what I want to call nice and quiet. You know, they say true woman who sits in their femininity for real, you know, whispers. They don't need to raise their voice. And I don't know if it's because I've been a mother and father for 30 years. I've been a single mother since I've had my children are 28 years old. I've been a single mother for 28 years to be exact. Let me not say 30. My twins, we ain't 30 yet. But yeah, like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and then when you gotta go toe to toe with men and you can't call their father or a male figure to come and handle these men like men, you know what I mean? It's like, listen, what's up? You feel what I'm saying? And so it's you know, and in some ways I just be like, listen, I am, you cross this line. Don't think that I still catch you and pray for you later. So observing them thoughts and your emotions will help you get a real clear understanding, really clear. Exercising mindfulness, identifying and observing thoughts and emotions without any attachment, help you make better decisions in life. Help you get a clear understanding of where you're supposed to go. You ever felt like, I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing? Do not know my purpose. Start practicing mindfulness. Start meditating. And what you will start receiving and what you start noticing is things called downloads. You start receiving messages because you done quiet the noise in your life. You done quiet the noise because our brains is just going 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It never shuts off. It never shuts off. How you can push this go to sleep button on your computer, you can go to sleep button on your brain, but it's not shutting off. Your computer ain't shutting off when you put the go to sleep. It just shut the screen off. It just settled it down. Ain't going on. Ain't nothing happening. But as soon as you click one button, it's right back to where it was. You don't want to just put it to sleep. You want to be able to empty it out. You want to be able to clear it out. You feel what I'm saying? You want to be able to reboot your brain so that you can have a real, true, clear, fresh start every single morning. I try to meditate every morning. I usually miss either Saturday or Sunday or both. But Monday through Friday, your girl is meditating every single morning. I need to start my morning off with a clear head. My goal for 2024 is also meditating every single night. And my goal for 2024 is to meditate every single day. That's my intention. To see what can I unlock? What can I unlock if I'm intentional every single 7 days a week? I've never gone this hard at anything in my life. Anything in my life. And not to feel like I'm gonna be perfect. I sure enough know I'm not. But to forgive myself and to set the intention to get right back on the bandwagon. For me, it's not only to forgive myself, but go do whatever I need to do to go do it the second I realize I didn't do it, and then keep it moving. But those are the things that happens when you start practicing mindfulness exercises. We're going to go to number 3. Number 3 is cultivating gratitude and compassion. Now, guys, listen. You want to know what the magic key is? The magic to changing your life is mindful gratitude. I am telling you, being compassionate. I found myself lately, if I hear sirens or hear the firemen, I found myself stopping and saying a prayer for whoever that fire truck or that ambulance or the police is going, just saying a prayer. I find myself hearing someone say a story And because right now I'm not in a financial situation to come out of my pocket to do certain stuff that I would love to do, I also understand the power of praying for others. So I'll hear a situation that someone else is going through, and I'm going to pray, Lord, move it, change it. Universe, hear what she's saying. Reach out to her ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? I immediately start praying, moving in a scene in their behalf. Immediately. I wasn't always like that. Immediately. And it started by writing down I am grateful every single day. Every single day. For about a year straight, I did it 6 times a day. Now I do it 3 times a day. But every single day, writing down what I am grateful for. I don't care how, if the day, and I especially do it if I had an off day. If I had an off day, I am specially writing down what I'm grateful for. Because I want to shift that energy. I don't want to sit in that energy of what the heck is going on? Because we all have them. I have days that's just all off, like from the start to the end. But I want to sit down and I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful that that is the magic of truly shifting your life. It's gratitude, being loving, kindness. We think that energy, that happy energy, y'all. We think we got to do all these particular things to change our lives, when the real work of changing your life starts on the inside. That's where it starts, on the inside. That's where the real work is at. So, it's some deep stuff. And it makes me emotional a lot of times when I think about it, because I was so lost and I thought that doing this physical stuff was changing my life. And I still wasn't like really doing the deep dive work on myself, on my heart, on my spirit, on my soul. And once you start doing that, the alignment, the direction that you feel your life that goes, honey, it is unbelievable. And it's worth it. It's so worth it. Like, I can't wait to look back on my life and not recognize it, or to look back on my life and be so blown away. You know what I mean? I've never in my life been financially secure on my hard work legally. You understand? And I am determined to create my financial abundance, not just for me, but for my community, for my generation, my family. And I want all of us to start taking this mindset, because white people was born with this, their whole life was taught their entire life that the world belongs to them. And they don't possess half of the creativity that we do as a people. Not as an individual, but as a people. Without us, they couldn't exist, y'all. Without our slavery, without our work, without us, period. White America could not exist. If that's not powerful, I don't know what is. Step 4, my love. Engaging in mindful movement. Incorporating mindful daily activities. If you incorporate meditation into your life daily, you're engaging in mindful movement. If you are into yoga, you are engaging in mindful movement. If you work out at a gym, you're engaging in mindful movement. If you leave and walk and do a 30-minute walk daily, you are engaging in mindful movement. Understand that, okay? Like, this is mindful movement. Stretching, breathing techniques. And if you start incorporating these things in your life on a daily basis, when you go through things in life, it will be your first go-to to help ground you and center you and get you back in line. Yep. It will help ground and center you to get you back in line. So incorporating mindful movement. If you find yourself a person who's stressed out a lot, start walking. So engaging in mindfulness movement It's truly about getting out of your present, whatever's going on, and moving your body in reality. So keep that in mind. And if I get it if you're not a person who's into exercising and all that, because I'm not neither. I'm not really into the whole going to the gym and working out. Although I will be incorporating some cardio. I prefer to work out at home if I do work out. Mostly because your girl is not driving. And it just makes more sense for me to work out at home and incorporating things like walking up and down the steps for 30 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? These are things that I am going to incorporate as going into the new year with my next fasting cycle in January. That what I'm going to incorporate in, you know what I mean? Because we got to get out, live our life, and step into something different to really expand. You feel what I'm saying? Like your mind, when you can change your body healthy, when you can change your mind, when you really can level up and put yourself in a whole different dimension, your world, your universe is going to change, okay? Last but certainly not least, guys, and do y'all notice? First of all, before we get into the last step, I just want to know, do y'all notice your girl got everything together today? We got everything together today, okay? I made sure all 1 through 5 was 1 through 5, and okay? Yes, and before we get into the last step, I want to take this time to thank you. If this is your first time joining me, I am so excited to see you. Thank you for coming through. Please, I need you to hit that subscribe button. If you have been here before and you haven't subscribed yet, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Yep, I need you to hit it. I need you to hit it right now. I need you to hit that bell icon so you know when I will upload my next video, which will be every Thursday at 7. But you also know when I go live every Tuesday at 6. So make sure you hit that bell icon, okay? And I need you to, I need you to hit that like button. I need you to let YouTube know that your girl is here and here to stay, baby, okay? All right, guys, I just want to thank you so very much for just coming through and getting to know a girl, all right? And I also want to talk to those who are struggling. If you're going through something and you need some advice, please write to me at becomingabutterflypodcast at becomingabutterflypod@gmail.com. And if you would like to tell me your butterfly story, if you have gone through some things and you have overcome and came out on the other side, write to me your butterfly story at becomingabutterflypod@gmail.com. All right, guys, so let's get into step 5. Yes, step 5, establishing a mindfulness routine. Guys, we've been talking about this through the whole episode. When you create the mindfulness exercise that's for you, when you style the mindfulness technique that's you formed just personally for yourself, okay? This is an every once in a while thing to do. This is something that you do only when you're going through something. You have to apply this into your life daily. Give yourself a 21-day challenge. It's said that if you do something for 21 days straight, it becomes a habit, okay? The more you practice mindfulness exercises, the more you will become clear about your destiny and where you're going in your life. If you don't have a clue what your purpose is, start doing some mindful exercises, okay? If you don't have a clue what your purpose is, you need to start doing some mindful exercises. Once you start doing some mindful exercise and incorporating it into your daily life and making it a part of your daily routine, you are raising your vibration, honey. You are raising your energy. You are raising yourself up. You are lifting yourself up to transform. Okay? This is how you go through metamorphosis. This is how you transform. This is how you get your wings. This is how you become a butterfly. All right? So, create you a sustainable routine that makes sense in your life. And listen, understand that you're going to have to get uncomfortable in order to get comfortable. You say you don't have enough time during the day to create this routine. What time are you waking up and what time are you going to bed? It's 24 hours in a day. 24 in a day. And the truth is that now, not shaming anybody who don't, eat perfect or eat, right. This is just facts. But if you start changing your eating habits, remove 80% of the fruits and vegetables, you will find that you need the maximum amount of 5 hours of sleep, which means you can go to sleep at 12, wake up at 5 a.m. And if you want to tell me that you don't have enough time between 5 a.m. and 12 midnight to get in a morning routine and a night routine and have a full productive day, then you don't want the life you claim you want. And I'm not even stating the fact. No, okay? I can get a good 6. My goal is January 5. I'm at 5 a.m. Your girl is trying to be up every single morning at 5 a.m. See? Got to change some verbiage. Our tongue is a double-edged sword that works along with mindfulness, guys. Your tongue is a double-edged sword. What you say is what it is, no matter what it is you say. Okay? You want to really understand creating consistency and mindfulness techniques creates consistency in your overall life. You show up for yourself consistently. So here I'm gonna give you a few little tips, just a couple. Okay? Set achievable goals. Integrate mindfulness into daily life. Okay? Set achievable goals and set mindfulness into your daily life. All right, guys, I love you so much. Doing this every single week is such a joy to me. It really is. All right, and we're going to go over these tips just one more time to make sure you get it. Grounding in the present moment. Okay, whatever you're going through, whatever the situation is, do not react to it right now. Ground yourself in the present moment. I have to say this to my oldest son often because he makes decisions when he's angry. And usually when he makes that decision when he's angry, he'll find out later on it was a whole nother way out. You feel what I'm saying? He recently was supposed to take his driving test. The person who was supposed to take him for his driving test found out that night that his insurance wasn't right. So my son was angry. This has been a thing he's been going through with his driving for a long time. So he was angry. Now he has a boss that is rooting for him to get his license because he want to make a management and he can't do it without his license. So my son, out of anger, decides I'm just going to change the appointment right now. Change the appointment, gave him a date, didn't call this manager. His boss said to him, you should have called me first. I could have took you now. I ain't even going to be in town that day. You feel what I'm saying? And I constantly tell him, stop making rash decisions while you're angry, because the results of it is not going to turn out the way you think it is. All right. 2, observing thoughts and emotions. Okay. Pay attention to what you're thinking, how you're feeling connects to them thoughts. All right. Okay. Decide, is it justified? Is the feelings that I'm feeling justified? Is these thoughts justified? You know what I mean? Am I being rational or am I just being emotional? Step 3, cultivating gratitude and compassion. Make sure that you are being grateful daily. If you need a gratitude jar, write down what you're grateful for and drop it in your gratitude jar. You have a book, your gratitude book, and every day you're writing inside that gratitude book. Okay? All right? In 2023, my goal is to put a gratitude jar on my ancestor altar, and every single day or every time I think about it, to write down things that I'm grateful for, both folding it up and throwing it in that gratitude jar along with my gratitude journal. My journal is specifically a gratitude journal. Okay, so cultivating gratitude and being compassion to others, to your neighbors, to your friends, to your loved ones, not being so judgmental and mean and hateful. Women, we can be so mean, so hateful, and so judgmental. Okay? It's a part, especially black women, it's a part of our culture. My mother means well, but she can be very critical and very judgmental, and it can come off very mean, you know? And it passed down because I found myself doing it. I have to push that out the way and find the compassion, you know what I mean, for the situation instead of just being judgmental, you know? Step 4, engaging in mindfulness movement. Guys, listen, stretch. If you're not doing any mindfulness movement, start off by stretching. Wake up in the morning. Before you do anything, stand up and do a full, complete stretch. And just thank God for this new day. You know? Like, set the intention on this is going to be a wonderful day. It might fall short a little bit. Do yesterday. And prayerfully, you'll make it through tomorrow. All right? And last but not least, establishing a mindfulness routine, guys. All right? Create you a 21-day challenge. For 21 days, you're going to do this. And just pick one thing. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one thing that's related to mindfulness. You could start off saying, for the next 21 days, I'm going to meditate every single morning for 5 minutes for the next 21 days. All right? Can we do this thing together? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me at Becoming a Butterfly podcast, the place where it's never too late to become your better self. I'm your host, Christina Butterfly, and I will see you again next week, guys. Now, don't forget, I need you to click that bell icon and please, wait. Leave a comment. I never remember to say that. Leave a comment. I want to talk to you. If you don't necessarily want to write a whole paragraph or nothing, leave a comment on how you feel about this podcast episode. If you have mindfulness techniques that you practice, leave it in the comments. Yes, leave what you do in the comments. It might encourage other people, you know? All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you.
Zeno's Master.